Is this a baby demon, or is the image simply distorted? I came across this intriguing thumbnail in a trending list video from the YouTube channel Blah Blah, popular in the Arabic-speaking YouTube community. The thumbnail features a brief clip from the video. In the footage, the child appears almost demonic, with the baby monitor capturing an eerie eye shine. Unfortunately, that's all the channel provided, and I couldn't find any additional context or the original source. Does anyone know where the full version of this clip can be found? Because if you do, I'm gonna need you to share it with us in the comments or something, so we can finally address the burning question here. Was this a child or a demon? Dan Sutherland has a simple, nondescript closet in his room with an ordinary wooden door. Yet his baby girl, Lily, has recently developed a strong fascination with it. And Dan has a theory about why.
I remind you, there's a closet. She don't know what's up there. Here we go. Watch. What you'll see over there.
There's nothing particularly intriguing about the outside of the closet that should catch Lily's attention, but she often seems completely fixated on it. Inside, however, there are items that might hold some significance, though Lily shouldn't know anything about them. Lily's grandmother recently passed away, and stored inside that closet is the shirt her grandmother wore on her last day, along with a few other personal items. And strangely, Dan had moved these belongings into the closet just before Mother's Day, and ever since, Lily's interest in the closet has grown, even though she had barely noticed it before. Dan is beginning to wonder if his daughter is sensing her grandmother's presence or not. And honestly, I'm starting to think the same. If you could come up with any other explanation for why Lily would be so drawn to that otherwise ordinary closet, I'd love to hear it, because I'm at a loss, except for the possibility of a grandmother's spirit being there. Susan Payton 1 is spending a pleasant day with her family when she and her husband notice their infant suddenly become fixated on something unseen.
What Mommy doing?
The child's expression goes from delightful to confusion as he seems to follow something moving by. Moments later, an orb silently glides overhead. Now, what makes this even more eerie are the lyrics playing in the background at the same time. Just as the children's song says, "Say bye-bye," it seems as though something walks past the child and possibly leaves the room.
What Mommy doing?
Stephanie Jenkins captures a moment of her child at the bottom of the stairs when, out of nowhere, the child's expression shifts from happy to startled.
Whoa.
It's clear she spotted something, but after a few steps into the next room, she seems to forget about it. Observing viewers have pointed out what looks like an orb floating above. While some believe it could be just a speck of dust, others feel it might be a sign of a long-lost relative watching over the new generation. Is this child unintentionally causing a trail of destruction? Trending in the Vietnamese-speaking YouTube community, I found this video on the channel YouTube Beyond. This video's origin remains elusive, and its source unknown. The security footage captures a child entering the home just as a young man to the right prepares to leave. Everything seems normal until they cross paths. Suddenly, A concrete pedestal collapses exactly where they had been moments before. If they had been there a moment later, the outcome would have been disastrous. Thankfully, everyone appears to have been safe. While some may view this close call as mere luck or fate, there has been some speculation about the child's actions. Just before the incident, you can see the boy raises his arm as if guided by an unseen force. Could this be a sign that the child's ancestors, or just someone that knows him, intervened to protect him? That's my interpretation of this clip. So here's to hoping my own ancestors are paying attention.
Is he on the stairs? Is he standing there? Where?
That's the reaction of a YouTuber's daughter when asked to describe the man she sees on the stairs. Her mom, intrigued and concerned at the same damn time, wants to learn more about what her daughter believes she's seeing.
Where? Show Mama where's the man.
Man stares. Her daughter responds in a small British accent. It might sound adorable if the possible paranormal implications weren't so chilling. After all, she's describing being watched by an unknown figure right in their own living room. As the video progresses, it becomes clear that the little girl is growing more fearful, avoiding looking up from her toys. So she clearly no longer wants to see the man by the stairs. Though I have no idea what he looks like or what he might be doing at this time. The girl isn't smiling or showing any signs of fabricating a story either, which honestly leads me to believe this potential ghost sighting could be genuine. You guys agree? Fully Living is at home alone with her child when she hears a sudden bang from outside, followed by the power going out. Shortly after, her son Raphael begins conversing with an invisible presence, and while his mother is in another room doing the dishes, this unsettling event.
She was my fortune. She wants to go.
Upon returning to check on him, she observes that Raphael seems unusually distracted. It becomes clear that he split his attention in between her and something else in the room, even though she's the only person there. What do you think? Does it seem like he's having difficulty focusing? And do you think a spirit could be involved here? Unsettling home security video has recently gone viral in the Vietnamese-speaking YouTube community. The footage shows two young girls playing energetically in the living room while their parents are busy watching TV. I want you to pay close attention to the girl in white. In the video, it appears as though her right foot is suddenly yanked out from underneath her, causing her to be thrown forward by an invisible force. And what's even more curious is just moments before this happens, this really gives me the impression that these girls might have an invisible and potentially malevolent presence interacting with them. What's your take on this eerie scene? James Parr films his young nephew, who's captivated by something on the wall. The child's reaction is a mix of excitement and unease, as he occasionally steps back, almost as if he senses something nearby that's making him nervous. Despite his fascination, the wall remains empty, which makes the situation quite odd. But I'm not convinced this video is paranormal. It's possible the child is just interacting with his own shadow. What's your take on this? Carly Owaka's 2-year-old daughter refuses to enter a particular room in their house. Regardless of the time of the day, she's not going in there. She hesitates at the doorway, covering her mouth with her hand, and will not step inside even when her mother encourages her.
Wanna come in here? Okay, it's okay. Mommy will come out.
Years later, when she could express herself more clearly, she described a scary man who lived in the closet. This figure had red eyes and a face covered in red and black. Do you think this aligns with what she was seeing in the video? Or is she simply fabricating a spooky tale to scare her parents? The uploader also mentions that this wasn't the only odd event in their home. Her son talked about a boy named Marcus who would occasionally come and play with them, and all family members frequently experienced unexplained deep red scratches on their arms. Hell, they eventually moved, as would I, and the disturbances finally ceased. Was shared by the channel Kisawipa, though its original source remains unidentified. At first glance, I assumed the girl sitting at the desk was the cameraman's daughter, and I thought the ghostly figure in the corner was the primary concern. But it turns out I was mistaken. According to Kisawipa, the video was recorded in an abandoned house, so neither of the figures was supposed to be there. Unfortunately, the video description provides no additional information, leaving us with an eerie mystery centered around ghostly child apparitions. The lack of clarity about who or what these figures are and their purpose would have me feeling unsettled if I was there. This child is practicing peekaboo when she seemingly loses her balance and falls.
Lexi!
However, a closer look at this reveals that her feet remained firmly planted on the ground throughout the incident. It almost appears as if she falls over unnaturally, looking like she might have been pushed. The video has sparked a heated debate online on whether an invisible force caused the fall or not. Now, while it's true that children often have unsteady balance and might fall on their own, the way she stumbles back suggests to me that there could be something paranormal involved. What do you think? Was this a case of clumsiness or something more eerie? This video was supposedly taken during a family meal somewhere in Japan. A girl points behind the camera and speaks, but I'm not sure what is being said here. All I know is that in the reflection of a nearby mirror, there's a grainy outline of a tall man standing in the doorway. Look closely, and you can even see a patch of dark hair on his head, but no face at all. This is probably just scripted because the timing is too good. And also, these do kind of look like special effects to me, but I'm not so sure. Let me know if you think this child was an actor or if this was real. And if this was real, then I have no idea what happened to the poor mother and daughter in this video. Julia's Kitty's child can't seem to stop staring at the same spot on the ceiling, laughing as if something unseen is entertaining her. Despite nothing visibly being there, the child is captivated, giggling away until she suddenly falls silent and leaves the room, still looking up.
Oh, are they leaving? You're following them, huh?
She then follows something back into the room, attempting to get her parents to notice by pointing towards the ceiling as well, and returning to the same spot. She reaches up as if wanting to be lifted by whatever she sees.
Oh my gosh. It's creeping me out.
Is this the presence of a spirit? It doesn't seem to frighten the child. On the contrary, she appears intrigued and eager to get closer. What's your take on this? If it is paranormal, do you think it's a benevolent spirit? Possibly a relative? Or you guys feel it's something even more sinister, trying to earn the child's trust? This video claims to provide evidence of monsters lurking underneath the bed. Originally shared by YouTube channel Kisawiba, this clip has become popular in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. Unfortunately, I could not locate the original source of the footage, but in a short video, a toddler can be seen hiding under the bed, appearing to be stuck at first. However, once she manages to claw her way out, things take a shocking turn. Yo, what is that creature? Is it human, or could it be a demon? And to me, it seems entirely otherworldly, like something strange out of a nightmare, tapping into the deepest fears of this child. This home video appears to be from the 1990s, showing a child sitting in a high chair, happily engaged in a lesson about different body parts. However, the lesson is briefly interrupted by an unusual event.
This is my elbow.
Where is...
Look the go.
Go. Yeah.
The child suddenly turns his head to track an unseen object with exaggerated movements, then mumbles something about a ghost. It's difficult to make out his exact words, but it seems like he might be saying, "There's the ghost," as if he has seen it before and was expecting it to appear again. He pauses thoughtfully before making another strange remark.
Daddy, kill him?
Yeah.
It almost sounds like he's asking if his dad has dealt with the ghost or something. The exact words are unclear, so I'd appreciate your input on what he might be saying. But after this, things return to normal for a moment, but then the child makes a confused expression, looks around, and utters something else that's completely unintelligible. Even if we knew who this child is, they likely wouldn't remember much about this incident since it happened when they were so young. All we have to go on is this intriguing snippet of a possible paranormal activity.
This is my elbow.
Where is...
Look the go.
Go. Yeah.
My name's Michael. Thanks for joining me again today, guys. And remember, everybody, be safe.